Okay, so
If you need a pointer, you can use your fingers or a pen or whatever.
we divided 23 and we did 23 divided by 20, and we got $1.15.
And what is the 23 and 20? What are they representing?
$23 divided by
So they want to hear you though.
$23 divided by 20 bars to figure out how many dollars it is per bar.
Okay.
So we got $1.15 per bar for the 20 bars for $23.
Okay. And how about the other one?
We did $10 divided by 8 bars, and we got $1.25 per bar.
Okay. So now after doing that work, then what is your result? What's your theory? What do you believe is true? Which is the better buy and why?
This is okay.
You do good.
If 20 bars for $23 is $1.50 per bar, and 8 bars for $10 is $1.25 per bar, then 20 bars for $23 is the better buy.
Because it's less money.
All right. Very good. So what do we call that they found? And a few others have found that also. What do you call that $1.15 and the $1.25? What do we call that? I went over that with the group. There should be one group for sure that knows that, and maybe two. What do we call that?
Divisor?
Not the divisor. Dealing with the cost of the products here. What do we call that? Clara?
Is it like the unit amount?
The unit price. Yes, that's the cost per bar. A unit is one thing, like we were talking back there with Ella's group. If you go to Target, every shirt that you see hanging on a hanger on the rack is a unit. That's one unit out of the 25 units that are hanging on the rack. And that's the price per unit. So if you can figure out the unit price of something, you can figure out the total. So you got to break it down to the unit price. All right, very good. That was one sample. Who's got another? Did anybody do it differently in this group? Did anybody use a ratio table, or did anybody do it differently? No one did a ratio table. All right. Okay, let me see if I got my ratio table handy, and we'll go over that quickly. Good job, girls. Very good. So here's the ratio table. Nothing fancy. Take a look at it, though. And folks, you got to remember the ratio table. It's so easy to use. You can't forget about it. So if you're stuck ever, Aubrey, think ratio table. So I wrote down the cost. It was 8 bars, $10, and then 20 bars for $23. When you use a ratio table like this, you have to keep purchasing until you have purchased the same amount of bars in both plans. So on this one, we had $23 and 20 bars, so I bought another set. So we skip counted, added 20, and now I've got 40 bars, which cost $46. On this one, we were way back here, so I had to buy a lot of bars to get up to how many bars? How many bars did I have to work up to from 8? How many bars did I have to work up to?
40.
40 bars. Or whatever I could, but I'm way back here, so I kept counting. 10, 20, 30, 40, $50. 8 bars, kept doubling. 8, 16, 24, 32, and 40. So 40 bars and 40 bars. 40 bars on this plan costs how much? 40 bars on this plan costs how much? $50. 40 bars on this plan cost what? 46. So that's another way of telling you which plan is a better buy. $46 is less than $50. So this is another way to help you out. Here's another way to do it. When you want to figure out the unit price, just write the comparison as a fraction, 23 for 20 and 10 for 8, and divide by the denominator. and you'll get the unit price. 20 divided by 20 is 1. This 1 stands for 1 unit. And then you still have to do the math with the 23 divided by 20, which was down here, some of you were working on. This is doing it mom and pop. With partial quotients would be a little bit different. You have to look at it as a whole number. How many 20s fit into 2,300? How many 20s fit into 2,300? 100. So you put your 100 over here. Remembering though that it is $1 or $2, not or $20, not 2,000. Subtracted that, we'd get 300. And then how many 20s fit into 300? 10, which equaled 200. And then you'd subtract to get 100. And then how many 20s fit into 100? How many 20s fit into 100 over there? 5. And subtract. And then you add it up. 100, 10, and 15 is 115. And you remember to put your decimal in. So it's 2 different ways to divide. This is the shortest way right here. Ratio tables work out amazingly. Some of you had some really alternative ways and really confusing ways. If you had $3 left over, you considered money in dividing the money up, but it's good. So we got one poster done. If you have any free time this rest of this week, I want you to